Welcome everyone. I am John Ryan and I'm very psyched for this video because you know what? It is the NFL Week 1 video where I'm going to give you 4 potentially best bets. This is the starting point. Most pros like myself, we get starting on the NFL almost a few months after the Super Bowl is completed. And I've added 55 more betting algorithms to the portfolio, and I'm very psyched for this year. I think it's just going to be an absolute barn burner, and I can't wait for the Circa Millions and the Eliminator again and all the DraftKings events. And I hope you're as excited as I am. So let's get right to it here. And then after this, I'm going to give you a special 50% off flash sale for Independence Day. And you can get the NFL and college football for 50% off, paying just $500 through Sunday. So football's right around the corner, and this money spent saves you a ton. And if it loses, you get the bowl season or the NFL playoffs absolutely free as a makeup for the losing season. But many of you know me. I'm going on the 7th consecutive season in the NFL of profits, and I'm very confident that we're not going to have to worry about the guarantee. But I throw it out there as a security blanket to make it a lot more affordable and economical for all of you. So the first slide is the betting system for week 1. Now, what I have here is the NFL optimistic bubble burst. And as you can see, we're going to be betting against the Bears, who have a lot of excitement going on. And maybe rightfully so. These systems aren't always right, everybody. Nobody hits 75% for a whole entire season. And, if you hit 60% ATS for a full season, you're going to be very, very pleased with the profits that are made. Not to mention all the live betting strategies I will be sharing and teaching all my clients, all the new clients especially, and also player prop bets. So there's a lot of exciting things going on with the service, and I look forward to getting you on board soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to bet on road underdogs. That road dog is facing a foe that had a losing record or was 500 in the previous season, and the game occurs in the first 4 weeks of the regular season. So what we have is a road dog playing a team that had a losing record, but now they had higher draft picks than everybody else, and there's a lot of excitement surrounding these teams, such as the Chicago Bears, who finished pretty strongly last year. The LA Chargers had a disappointing season, so that fan base is looking for a bounce back type of season, which they probably will have, but a lot of times it doesn't occur in the first couple of weeks. The Atlanta Falcons have a huge bandwagon going into this season. And I think maybe not this year, but the next couple of years, they're going to be a perennial playoff team. They have the potential for it, but that's pure conjecture at this point. And of course, the New York Giants, I think sadly, they are going to be the New York Giants again, the way we have known them in previous seasons. They lost Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, and they're clearly in what I don't like the word rebuilding season. And, I wish there wasn't such a term like that with some of these GMs that kind of use that as they're out for not having a very good season or a very good draft or free agency season. So that is the system, and it's gone 73 and 82. So you'd say, well, what's so good about that? But it's 69% against the spread. So here we go, 64% over the past 10 seasons. The 73 and 82 straight up, using the money line, has made a small fortune in its own right. So with these games, if you like these 4 games, I would recommend sprinkling a little bit on the money line. And what the heck, take a little round robin with these 4 teams. Pizza money bet, do $5 on each one, and do a 4-teamer for $5 on the money line. And you never know in the NFL. You truly never know. And a lot of times I hit these things when I least expect it, because there's always one dog in there that I think has no chance to win, and it surprises me. And all of a sudden, you're pretty happy, and it's a lot of fun. But you're not going to lose sleep over doing $5 money line parlays or pizza money bets up to $20 even. By being disciplined in that way. So we have the Tennessee Titans currently at 4.5 over the Chicago Bears. The Las Vegas Raiders, who are in a rebuilding season of their own, plus 3.5 versus the Chargers. So we may want to look at that one a little bit deeper, because the Chargers are a very good team. They're not a team that was a perennial losing record team. The Raiders have been that kind of team. So that one we might want to look in deeper to see if there's anything that gets us off of the Raiders, because this is just one betting algorithm among more than 5,000 that I have developed over 30 years of being a pro. So it's a very good one. It's been a very highly profitable one, but again, it's not 100%. And I'd rather hype something and say, boy, this thing loses 36% of the time, than get people saying game of the month and it hitting 64% and presume incorrectly that it's going to automatically win because I said it's game of the month. It's not the case. So enough on that. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I think, are going to be a fantastic team this year. I think they are warranted to bet for the division title, and I've already gone to the window with that idea. Tomlin is a very underrated head coach. Yes, he might be at the end of his tenure, but what a marvelous career he's had with not one single losing record season. The guy knows how to win, and he has won with teams that a lot of other coaches would have probably won 4 or 5 games with. And you really have to give it to him, other than what Belichick accomplished with the Patriots. Tomlin is right on his heels. And then lastly, the Minnesota Vikings are 1 point underdogs against the Giants. A lot of uncertainties with that team. And can you really trust the Giants to play well or play badly? I don't know. So that might be another game we need to dig into over the next several weeks to see if there's any other evidence out there that supports these plays or works against them. And then we can jointly make a decision. And that would be fun to do with all of you that are listening to this. That would be fun. Now, subsystems here. If the host is coming off a loss in one of the first 3 weeks in the current season, 31-30 straight up, 40-20, 67% over the past 10 seasons. That's pretty darn good, right? If the host is favored by no more than 7 points, 31-30 straight up, 40-20, and 1 against the spread for 67% over the past 10 seasons. And that should say if the road team is a dog by no more than 7 points. So that is really what the result is. So it's not the host being 40-20 and 1 against the spread. It's if the host is favored, meaning that our teams, such as the Titans, Raiders, Steelers, and Vikings, are priced under 7 points as a dog. Those are the results. And that, again, 67%. So those games with coming off a loss and being a dog of no more than 7 have identified the same games over this 10-year period. So I like that quite a bit. And this is just the starting point of the handicapping process. But if you like any of these plays, I think you can wait, because the enthusiasm of the fan base, which I've been talking about, reflects the betting market. There's a lot of fans now in 46 states that are legal that are going to be betting on their home teams. And the Bears, Chargers, Falcons, and maybe not so much the Giants, but the top 3 I just mentioned have a lot of public sentiment that is very bullish for the upcoming season. And many times these opening season games get mispriced and there's too much enthusiasm. And lo and behold, some of these teams fall flat on their face in the first 4 weeks. Maybe they go 2-2, maybe they go 1-3, but they're certainly not 3-1. So of those teams, the Bears, the Chargers, the Falcons, and the New York Giants, I would say there's a high probability there's not one of them that's going to be 4-0 after the 4th week. So I think you get my point. Let's take a look at this special here that we've put together over at winnable.com/John Ryan Sports, which you can see at the bottom of the slide. So you can get 1 week, the first week of the NFL season in college football right now for just $100, but if you'll get 50% off at Winnable. It's all set, ready to go, using that promo code College Football NFL 50. If it fails to make a profit in week 1, you get week 2 free. And that's how we are going to run again this year. I think it's been over 20 years that I've offered free weeks, free months in exchange for a losing performance. And I think that's only what everyone should do, to be honest with you. You either have confidence in what you're doing and you can offer the free stuff when you lose and admit it and account for it, or you don't. So you can read through all these promo codes and decide for yourself which is the best deal. I think the best deal is you can get 50% off for the entire season and pay just $500 through Sunday, July 7th. So take advantage of it. If you have any questions about these slides, feel free to send me an email at johnryansports@gmail.com, or contact me with a direct message at johnryansports1 on the X. So I appreciate you listening to this video. I look forward to answering all your questions about these systems and more, and I just cannot wait for this season to get started. Hope you feel the same, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great and safe 4th of July Independence Day celebration.